Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another figure news video. It is a late night one. You can maybe hear the fan in the background. I apologize if you can. It is summer. Mega hot outside, so your boy kind of be roasting here. So unfortunately, video ain't happening without the fans. So I hope y'all understand. We're getting a little bit of that the ASMR white noise in the background for you this video. But anyway, we have plenty of figure news to cover this week. From scrolling through Baggy's tweets, at least we actually don't have like a ton, but we do have a bunch of new figures to take a look at. Obviously, part of them was the thumbnail, and you can also see one that we took a look at last time, kind of a little bit bigger now. So let's go ahead and hop right into it here. Of course, as per usual, we always start off on dbzfigures.com. Oh, by the way, before we actually do get into it, I do also want to apologize for the video taking so long to come out. Obviously, I usually do these on Sundays, and we're putting it up on a Tuesday, just because of all the figure unboxings that I was getting through this week. Your boy cannot make this video during that time, and data downloads and all that other stuff. So anyway, thank you for being patient. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and hop into it here. So to summarize the weekly Dragon Ball news for 7/6/2021. This was a very eventful Comic-Con at Home 2021 weekend, and today we had the latest episode of Dragon Ball Weekly News. They covered the release of V-Jump's September issue that includes 2 Dragon Ball Heroes cards, as well as the latest issue of the DBS manga featuring Vegeta's fight with Granola. The next Dragon Ball Super movie, Dragon Ball Super Hero, was also mentioned with some new graphics and designs for this week. There will be a new Ichiban Kuji figure, so basically just summarizing everything we already knew that was coming out at this time. Nothing too crazy, basically just summarizing everything that we looked at SDCC. If you did not see all of that, by the way, including the actually can't believe it that we're getting a Kefla figure, go check out the last Dragon Ball figure weekly news. It'll be at the end of this video. We went through the entire SDCC virtual booth. It was a very good time. Crazy, all of the different figures that Tamashi dropped for the SH Figure Arts line. Speaking of which, hopefully this loads. There we go. This was really, really cool. I really like the fact that they call this guy Earth's Strongest Man. Very, very dope. But they finally released Krillin, not Kid Krillin, with updated articulation points. The torso part looks a bit funky, which I do kind of agree with. Looks like they borrowed cooler sculpt for the chest plate, but overall a must-have, especially if you didn't get the original so many years ago and don't want to pay $300 for resale. Might order 2 of these just in case you don't receive, or they don't release them for a while. From Dragon Ball Z, Earth's Strongest Man Krillin joins SH Figure Arts, featuring all new sculpting and articulation to better capture his dynamic on-screen appearance. ABS and PVC in this figure is one that fans will not want to miss. Set contents: main body, 6 left and 5 right optional hands, 3 optional heads, and a slicing effect? Interesting. You can pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store for $54.99, not including shipping. All that good stuff, and you can also pre-order this guy on eNight Media as well, because that's where I'm going to be pre-ordering my copy, or not eNight Media, I'm sorry, yes, eNight Media. I'm literally confusing myself, my bad. Regardless, this guy looks really cool. I love this head for Krillin. Obviously, this is of course the scene where you know, all of well, I guess there's more, not even just one, well, I guess it is one specific scene, but this head can kind of just encompass all the times in the Cell Saga where Krillin was like, but obviously a very cool accessory that we can see here is of course the bag of sensu beans. Not only is Krillin just kind of associated with being, you know, the bean guy, obviously there's a couple of scenes, and obviously the specific scene, it's literally escaping my mind, of course. As soon as I hit the record button, my mind is like, yeah, don't remember the scene that this is specifically from. Happens every time. But regardless, obviously this is from a specific scene with him having this expression, of course having the sensu beans in his hand. Believe it is the Cell Saga, if memory is serving correctly. And obviously we do have the Kienzan, the Destructo Disc effect part in here. Obviously this is such an iconic attack for Krillin to have. It does not surprise me that they decided to include this, and honestly makes me very happy that they did, because of course I feel like at this point a Krillin would not be complete without this effect piece. So very cool that they added that in. This is another great angle actually of Krillin. And then we of course have the Kamehameha hands. So let's see, what are the 3 heads here? We have the open mouth, like direct face. We have the gritting teeth looking to the side face. So this is the same head as this one. It's just a different angle. And then the scared face. Okay, so those are pretty good heads. Obviously, Krillin's cranium is a little bit different from the rest of the Saiyan cast of characters because, of course, with the Saiyans, you can just kind of take off their front hairpiece and then change the faceplate. But, of course, because of the way the Krillin's head is, they have to have different heads. So I quite like this figure a lot. I do kind of think that the midsection does look very odd. I definitely don't know how I feel about this. The nice thing about it, despite the fact that I think it looks kind of yucky, is that it will allow for some pretty great articulation. Like, I'm expecting the top half, basically from here up, to be able to do a full 360 over his belt, which is really, really cool. And I quite like it, honestly. The knees also look a little bit weird. Like, maybe they've gone backwards a little bit. Like, I feel like I've seen SH Figuarts knees that came out before this that look a little bit better. Like, Super Saiyan 4 Goku's looked better than this. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. But overall, a very, very good looking figure. See, they look like fantastic right there. Yeah, I really like this guy. I'm excited to get this, and obviously this is also a pretty big figure because, of course, like they mentioned, you know, $300 resale. The original Krillin, which is the only adult Krillin SH Figuarts figure that we have, is mad expensive nowadays. He is really rare, and his resale value is disgusting. So, of course, them re-releasing a new one is fantastic. Definitely go pre-order this guy. He will 100% be worth it. Thank you, of course, to DBZ Figures, as always, for keeping it down, holding it down, rather, I'm sorry, with the nice summaries. And we are going to move on to Baggy Saiyan's Twitter now. But as I always say, thank you for keeping it down. And most importantly, the links to both of these guys will be in the description below. Alright, so moving on to the boy Baggy. This was kind of something very unfortunate to hear about. I don't understand this change. So if y'all remember with our good friend FES Gogeta here, this guy was based off of the art on one of the V-Jump covers, which was a blue Gogeta, the original figure of this, and then the recolor for the FES line is the Fusion Reborn Gogeta. And we were apparently thinking that this guy was going to get a new head with the halo, because obviously it doesn't really make sense for him to not have the halo, because of course in Fusion Reborn, you know, he's dead. So, apparently, he doesn't have a new head. Like you said, he kind of have a feeling since there weren't any updated production images. Yeah, this is a pretty pointless recolor. Literally, like, it's just incorrect. It's just actually literally incorrect to the source material. I kind of can't believe that they decided that this was a good idea. Very interesting choice on Bandai's part, if I do say so myself. I didn't even realize that I pre-ordered the original version of this figure. I think I pre-ordered it back before we saw the updated production images, and I just forgot to cancel my pre-order, so I might still do a video on the original, but I have plenty of Gogeta figures already, Blue Gogeta, and ones that are much better than him at this point. Here's a cleaner IRL shot of Kefla. I am a huge fan of how this looks. I really, really like this person said, 100% agree. The hair is one of my favorite parts about this figure for sure. They did a fantastic job on her ridiculous hair sculpt, I think. And very cool stuff. Let's go ahead and scroll up to, oh yes. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. So, rest of the August BSP Japanese dates confirmed: BOS Senkai Big Brunga Plush, 5th, and the Solid Edgeworks Goku. We will also see some more figures of these guys in a little bit here, but of course, Videl Japanese release date at the end of August in Japan around the 26th. So we have not seen too many pictures of her, as we'll see some other IRL pictures. Hey, Raspy, of some of the other figures that we're going to take a look at today, but confirmation, Varroque, or Varquo, still don't know how to say my man's name, Divegeta, Takamatsu de Napa, and the Cybermen, and one of the mystery sculptors finally got revealed. Is that just Araki? I believe is how you pronounce that. Did Gohan and Goku. Very, very cool that they had the boys obviously hold their figures and strut their stuff. I definitely hope that they do more stuff like this in the future, because it is always really cool to see the people behind these figures, because we really don't get to see this type of thing too often, and it is really cool actually. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen them do something like this where they, besides like for the World Figure Coliseum, where they have them kind of talk about their figures and have a little Q&A with them. That is really cool. I guess it makes sense considering the fact that this is a Kuji set that people have been really, really looking forward to. Of course, if you'd like to read this article, I will leave this linked separately in the description, aside from everything that Baggy has tweeted out here. Of course, it's not actually in English normally, but if you are on Google Chrome, you can literally just use Google Translate. It should just do it automatically. Otherwise, there's a Chrome plugin for Translate, and you can just translate the page. Of course, it's not going to be perfect, but you can get the gist of it. So, very cool. This video would be like double the length, though, if you read the whole thing. So, unfortunately, we're not going to read it here. But this is good. I really, really hope that they do more stuff like this in the future, because this is the type of thing that I always really, really look forward to, and I'm really interested to hear what they have to say about this type of thing, because I feel like we have all these great figures and we get to love these sculptors, but we never get to see their face, and we never get to, you know, hear their thoughts about their sculpting and their work and stuff like that. So big ups to Bandai for making a whole article on this. I really, really like that a lot. I'm actually going to retweet this right now. Hopefully more people look at the article. We also did have some more IRL photos of these guys. These guys look absolutely fantastic together, by the way. Cannot wait to get all of them. I really, really wish... is my quote retweet here? No, it is not. I really, really wish that this image wasn't so expensive, because keep in mind, obviously, each of these Cybermen is priced at the normal Ichiban Kuji figure price, which is pretty ridiculous, if you ask me. But with each of these guys being 36 bucks, and then obviously Vegeta and Napa also being 36 bucks, I think this image costs like 200 plus, maybe 280. I forget. Somebody did the calculations for it. I'm not a good math guy off the top of my head, but regardless, still a very cool looking image. I would love to be able to recreate this day someday. If I'm rich, then maybe I'll do it. Goku, unfortunately, only has really one issue. I think the rest of the figure looks absolutely fantastic. I love the sculpt work on his face. I think it's perfect. I love the way that his veins are sculpted. Very, very cool stuff. His foot is the only thing that is kind of an issue with this figure. Like Baggy says, it's not the worst thing in the world, but at the same time, it is still kind of stinky. It's not the fact that the back of his foot is like that, because obviously that makes sense, but it's that the front of the foot is curling up and isn't flush with the ground. It's just a little bit weird, if I do say so myself. But there is Gohan, and obviously this Piccolo is from another set. I didn't even think about using this Piccolo for a Saiyan Saga type of meme, but I kind of actually love this. So I might have to do that myself in my shelf setup there. And as you can see, there is the whole Z Fighter gang. Obviously, this is a little bit of a mix of different sets. This is like 3 different sets all, you know, showing here. Yeah, History of Rivals, Strongest Chains, and then the new one, which I actually don't know the name of off the top of my head. But regardless, yes, this guy does also kind of point out, or this girl, excuse me, does kind of point out that Goku looks like he is leaning a little bit. But not the worst thing in the world. I still think the figure looks fantastic regardless. And man, this just makes me so excited to finally get all these figures and be able to do this image myself, because I don't have all of these yet. And I would absolutely love to get this collection. Still a shame, too, that Chaozu is only a Japanese exclusive, but I digress. Here's some more high-quality pictures of Kefla. Wow, this is like really, really high-quality pictures of Kefla. Looks really great. I personally, too, cannot wait to see the other face sculpts that they have for Kefla, because I do like this one, but I'm really hoping that they include some very expressive sculpts for her, because obviously she is a super expressive character. And funny enough, like I don't even know if I remember her hitting this expression, but I guess it is just like a default, you know, simple expression that they can do. Very, very excited though. It is cool too to see that they are doing some figures that have a little bit more like slimmer forms, because obviously a lot of these Saiyan characters have a very like standard body type, and of course a lot of the like bigger alien characters, you know, like Jiren and Cooler and whatever, have a super big body. So it's cool to see them do a little bit of a smaller body that's not just like Kid Goku or Kid Krillin. More slim, right? More sleek. Looks good though. We also have, of course, the boy, Grandista Gohan. Cannot wait to pick up this figure. I am so excited that this guy ended up being an Ultimate Gohan figure. Oh, cannot wait to get this guy. I do see a little bit of a lean here, or a little bit of like a weird bend, but that is kind of like just the Grandista line looks that way from that angle. It looks pretty good from the front. It is kind of interesting too to see that. Look at all the shading and like the shadows on the front of the figure. And then look at the back, is completely void of shading, which is really unfortunate. Even though this figure looks fantastic, this is just another sign of Bandai getting lazy over the years, because they never used to do that when it came to the shading on their figures. And funny enough, I almost like the orange just regular without the like darker tones, which I know maybe is a little bit of a weird thing to say considering how critical I usually am of this sort of thing. But regardless, still a fantastic looking figure. Cannot wait to cop the boy. Another figure I actually cannot wait to get. The GX Materia Yamcha. This guy looks so good. The face sculpt is perfect. His body sculpt is perfect. I love the way that the Wolfang fist looks. It looks great. Cannot wait to get this guy and unbox him. Here's some more final pics of the Goku and the Videl. These figures all look really great. I actually like the way the Videl turned out. I think the eye thing, because I remember we talked about that on one of the figure news videos, that her eyes looked a little bit weird. I honestly think that they look better on the final product here that they did in the production images, which is great. Obviously, we discussed Forku last time that he honestly looks better than the original images. We saw a little bit of Vegeta too. Goku definitely doesn't look bad. Again, it's just the problem that this is just another Super Saiyan Goku figure, so it's not that interesting. But these two do look pretty good. Again, funny enough, another Super Saiyan Goku figure that doesn't look that interesting. But the sculpt is really good. I believe it's Nakazawa. I don't remember if it's Nakazawa or Varroke. I'm getting it confused in my mind. I believe it's Nakazawa though. Yes, it's definitely Nakazawa. He'll be sculpting this line. Unfortunately, it is all Goku's, but it still looks really good. And of course, there is the boy, the BOS Goku. I'm so excited for that figure, bro. He looks absolutely fantastic, and that angle is really, really good. Glad Araki Zane got revealed. This Goku's so good. Would have been a shame if we never got to know the sculptor that did it. Even more impressive, given that Araki is a fairly new sculptor too. Be interesting to see his future works. Yes, definitely excited to see more of this guy's work. If this is one of his first figures that he's pumping out, absolutely incredible. June BSP, including the delayed Solid Ed works, Leaning Goku from May, out now in Australia. Looks like June CLEARRISE Goku got delayed. May Ichiban Kuji proper also starting to release in Australia. Ichiban show is hopefully starting to ship soon for the US. Yeah, I know that a lot of people pre-ordered these guys on the old Amazon.com, so those should be coming up here pretty quick. Very excited to get a lot of the figures in that set too. Holy cow, someone actually paid 19k yen for a custom Broly HG figure. HG as in Gashapon. That's crazy. Yeah, that figure is like 3 inches tall or something like that. That's wild. Oh, that's a good idea. I guess if someone has the BWFC 1 Vegeta and the BOS Kaioken Goku, it would make a decent pair up. I actually have Vegeta. I have this figure, so I might do that. That is actually a solid idea, Baggy. I didn't even think about that. That will definitely be one of the comparisons when I do this guy's unboxing video, and I'll definitely take a couple of pictures with them together because I think that'd be great. 2D Bardock, QP Bulma, and Grandista Tanjiro starting to release for Asia. Photo credit May Toys. A bunch of good looking stuff here. I really like the alt color that they chose for Bulma, by the way. Funny, this is like one of the best Cupid socket figures, I think. It just fits really well, I feel like. Wafer capsule figure 06 releases next week in Japan. I still hope I can get my hands on that Vegeta, man. It's such a cool figure. Like, I know these minifigures are so tiny, but like, it looks so good. It looks so cool. Anyhow, as you can see here, we have a bunch of numbers here. August Sega Game Station store numbers. Parunga 91. I really hope I could get that at some point. That's so funny. BOS 83. Videl 31. Solid Edgeworks Goku 24. And, or I'm sorry, not Solid Edgeworks, Zenkai Goku, 24, and Solid Edgeworks Trunks, 2. Not surprising, anyone Trunks did the worst, but BOS KK beats SS Goku. Thank God. Also, yes, that Trunks figure is, yikes. For comparison, Nezuko got 191. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I know that DB is definitely not doing as hot in terms of numbers as it once were, in terms of, you know, these like arcade order numbers. But at the same time, it's still doing all right. The Trunks one, though, is actually comedically hilarious. There's the boy Tanjiro. All right, so we have the packaging for these figures. This looks so cool. I gotta say, one thing that Ichiban Kuji has been really decimating the game with lately has been the packaging on their figures. All of the packaging, especially on a complete set, feels like it's from the same set. It feels like that it is themed the same, but it is still tailored to each individual character. Really, really like the way that they've been doing the packaging on these figures lately for these Kuji sets. Looks great. As you can see, this is the poster, and then these are the little mini figures. And then we also have the Gohan and the Cybermen. I am hoping to be able to get all 4, of the Dragon Archives that come in this set at some point. It just stinks so much that they like get so overpriced for overseas audiences. These are obviously the smaller prizes with the clear files and of course the coasters here. And then of course we have the towels. All these towels are really cool. Actually, I might try and scour eBay a little bit to see if I can get some of those, because there's some really good stuff in this set, especially the World Tournament one. Here's some more IRL pictures of these boys in this nice little cabinet here. Funny enough, you can also see some of the towels on the wall there. Actually, there's Goku after, you know, the battle with Vegeta. We also have Gohan charging forward with Raditz. Vegeta getting super spooked. We have the World Tournament banner there, which looks really cool. The Red Ribbon Army as well. And then, of course, all the little prizes on display. Look at how big Napa is. That is a bulky boy. Oh my gosh, he's huge. We'll see another great comparison picture actually of Napa later, but my gosh, that man is a chonker. I also now can kind of show you a little bit more of the Dragon Archives figures. We have obviously Icarus there, Goku standing on Nappa's head, Gohan mid transformation, and of course the boy King Kai. Very cool. It is kind of funny how small Gohan is, and so is the Cybermen. Like, he's almost comparable to these, which is crazy. Like, not completely, but... What is this? LRT. Gohan and Cybermen are barely smaller. Oh, wait, that's literally what I just said. Then the Dragon Archives. Glide in pre-order for the Ichiban shows for them. Now, 36 base price, absolutely ridiculous. Should have been 20 at most, or have 2 Cybermen included for 36 at least. Yeah. Definitely kind of stinky there. It is insane how small that they are. I will be curious to see how big this Gohan is compared to the Dokkan Battle one. If you guys saw the unboxing video from yesterday, you would have saw how small the Dokkan Battle Gohan is. That figure is way too tiny for 36 bucks. And at least this Gohan looks more bulky than that figure is. That's the only thing that I can give it, really. Yeah, kind of a big yikes on that one, if I'm being 100 with you. Looks like no GB Gashapons in November, so it's been 2 years since the last UG, which is made more frustrating that a slot was wasted on stupid UI Goku before. We had 1 UG and 8 literally 2 volumes before. That's why yeah, I can understand Baggy's perspective here. It is quite literally just over commercialization, basically. Even though I do like what we have for UI for sure. And this is Baggy's Japanese parcel for July. That's cool. Oh, he got the 8er. I'll have to ask him for some pictures of that. That's cool. Also, very nice that he got the 05 calendar. That's sick. Alright. Matchmaker's 18 is incredibly light. It's all in one piece. However, the lower half feels like it's plastic, like Grandista, Gotenks, and Gogeta. No, that's actually terrible to hear. I'll have to check that out on my copy. This isn't the case for Trunks, however, and tapping both lower halves feels different. Very disappointed, but thankful that I imported. Dang. Interesting. Yeah, he was saying that, wow, apparently 18 feels a lot cheaper compared to Trunks, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'll have to check that out. If you're unfamiliar, basically, some of the Grandista fusions, mainly Gotenks and Gogeta, both have hollow legs, which basically not only is kind of bad for the integrity of the figure, it's also just in general like cheaply made, and they could have just made it with the normal material that they made it out of. Hopefully that's not the case though. Oh, we may have some more images talking about it. Yeah, would avoid Matchmakers 18. It's cheap plastic. Fortunately, it seems the entire thing is made out of plastic. Really? Modeling is great, but the final is atrocious. The Trunks final is literally so much better. It's unreal. The final right has a thin seam not in the production images, presumably where the plastic joins. Can we, like, see that? Oh, I do kind of see it. Wow, that is really hard to see. Yeah, no, I do see it. Viewers, let me know in the comment section if you see that line, like, right there. And then it kind of leads up. Yeah. No, I see it a little bit for sure. That wasn't in the original production image. Because this definitely was not made of plastic. Look how much, like... Wow, that is pretty crazy. Like, look at the detail on her knees and, like, the back of, you know, her, where her knees join. Like, if you look at the back of your knees, right, when your leg is fully extended, that looks really like what the back of a knee would look like with, you know, the pants that 18 is wearing on her legs. But this just looks like flat, like nothing. Like, it just looks like noodles planted in a pot. Yeah. That is very unfortunate. I'll have to see what happens when I get my copy for sure, but that's a big F, bro. That is really cool that he has the matching posters. This is another gimmick that they did on the box, which is cool to see that obviously they did it on the poster as well, with the whole matchmakers extending over the entire 2 posters there. I like that a lot. Very good stuff. It's so weird that 18 is like on the ground when Trunks is in the air. I don't know. I mean, makes sense because 18 is on the ground when this scene happens, and I believe Trunks is jumping forward, but it just makes his presence feel so much bigger than 18's. More pictures of this. Oh my gosh, look how good it looks, bro. That's crazy. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Napa looks clean, bro. That's so cool. Here's some of the minor prizes. Again, there's a better look at that. Vegeta towel. It's a little bit scrunched up. There's also the Gohan and Goku on the dinosaur. There is also the World Tournament banner. Wow, these look so good, bro. There's the Napa with hair. I'm really hoping that I can get that last one, Napa, with the hair at some point. But obviously, because the last one figure is always super expensive to import, maybe not right now. If I can get it for a good price, then maybe I would do it. But obviously, since I'm already going to have the regular one, there isn't like too big of a deal for me to have it. But I would like to get it at some point for sure. Funny enough, the person who posed this didn't have Napa and Vegeta looking at each other, which is like the point of these 2 towels. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Looks good though overall. There's another. Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah, obviously this is the Dragon Archives. These are of course the minifigures that they've been doing in the Gucci sets, and I think this looks really good. It looks so funny with how like straight Goku's posture is on top of Napa. That's so funny. Alright, and here's the poster. Looks fantastic if I do say so myself. This gives me like weird grocery store vibes though, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what that says about me, but here is more of the Dragon Archives. Obviously this is Gohan mid-transformation, like I was saying before. We got the boy We also have the front of... Oh, maybe you plug that into his head? Because the other person had Goku backwards. Wait. Interesting. I guess you can plug it in either way. I think it technically should be the other way. Huh. Very interesting. And then obviously we have Icarus licking Gohan. That one honestly might be the best one. Wow, I don't think I've seen a close-up of that one yet. That's so good. I might have to cop that. That's heat. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. That's heat. And then we have some more images here of the last one, Napa. The hair sculpt is really, really good. Obviously, it's just normal Napa, except with the scouter and the hair. I will say, though, the only thing that, like, is a little bit off-putting about this figure, like, I understand that it's just, like, an alternate version of the regular one. Sorry, this is what happens when you record at 4 a.m., bro. But I will say the pose with the hair looks a little bit weird because obviously this is supposed to be when he lands on Earth, Napa, and obviously he did not have hair then, so kind of goofy, but I mean, you know, it is what it is, obviously. They could have changed the arm pose up a little bit, but it's okay. Here's our boy Goku, again, looking fantastic. Man, I really, really like this sculpt. Man, wow, I cannot wait to get my hands on these. Oh, that is such a striking picture. Look how, oh my gosh, look how, like, thick his muscles are. That's crazy. His muscle mass is insane. Wow. And then obviously he's standing on his own towel, which is kind of ironic. I don't know why they decided to do it that way, but wow, these look so good. And then obviously here's the regular Napa, just smiling. Oh, I guess they did change. Oh wow, you see his gums a little bit. Interesting. They did change this to an open palm. As you can see, his fist is closed here, but if we go back to this Napa, it's open. Interesting. I assume you could do a head swap here, unless the head is actually attached to the body, which I would kind of doubt, because it would make more sense if they made it detachable, so then it's easier for production. But here's Vegeta. Looks so good, bro. I really, really like the look of this. I feel like it very much so encapsulates... Oh, that's a great shot. It really encapsulates Toriyama's style at the time of the Saiyan saga. Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm so excited to get these, bro. Honestly, hyped out of my mind. I am going to be definitely taking a look at these guys as soon as I get them. Here's another display, by the way, that they have for all of these homies. Wow. I am excited. Here's Gohan, by the way. Looks very good as well, even though he is kind of small. We like the face sculpt on our guy. Again, even though... unfortunately, he is way too overpriced. The Cyberman looks good. Is his head articulated? Interesting, because I've only seen him looking straight forward, but it does kind of look like there's a little bit of a gap in the neck there where you could adjust the head. I wonder. Very curious. I'll have to take a look at a review of him potentially to see if that's the case. Quite interesting. But yes, those guys look fantastic. Here is the finals of the solid Zenkai Solid, excuse me. I cannot keep track of all these names of solid lines, bro. Why are they using all this? I don't understand why they like the word solid so much right now. Reminder that this line will go through the basic forms of Son Goku, so don't expect any other characters. Yeah, it is basically just going to be Goku. But I will say... for what it is, unfortunately, another Goku line, which is, you know, we want different characters. Based on this art, we do have another bigger figure based off this art, actually, from a couple of years ago. There's a Super Saiyan Blue variant and a Super Saiyan version of it. This sculpt, obviously, unsurprisingly, because it's done by Nakazawa, looks great. Such a shame that it's put next to the Stinky Bardock. But yeah, sculpt looks fantastic. Like, that angle is literally Goku. Like, that's just Goku. Literally ripped out of the anime, bro. That's what I love about figures. Like, sometimes you look at a figure and you're like, yeah, that's a figure of Goku. But then other times you look at a figure and you're like, that is Goku. You know what I mean? Yeah, he looks really good. I cannot blame anybody for wanting to pick this guy up despite him being basic. And obviously, the fact that he is sculpted by Nakazawa, you know, of course... makes this figure a little bit more valuable, and B, makes sense why the figure ended up looking so good, right? We obviously have a comparison of the faces here, which I think is a pretty good job bringing it into figure form, if I do say so myself. I like it, personally. Good stuff. I cannot wait to see more pictures of this guy, actually, even though he is pretty basic. Oh yeah, Baggy also said, wasting Nakazawa's Go on another all Goku line while FES is still ongoing is such a waste. Yeah, kind of unfortunate. Yeah, especially since FES is going, which is a all Goku line or like Goku Forms line. Oh, that's funny. He kept the wrapper for this one particular sticker set because God Goku funny. Alright, so here are the DP and final production images for this wafer sticker figure set. Really like the Vegeta art. Obviously, that is just from the sticker, and then they just use it for that. But finals look good, if I do say so myself. Funny enough, I almost think that Super Vegeta looks better. Maybe it's just because the blue hair almost looks like it needs an extra coat of paint. But the Super Saiyan hair looks good because it's obviously so shiny. Chi-Chi's cool too. I'm glad that they made a kid Chi-Chi because we never get any Chi-Chi love, unfortunately, when it comes to figures, even if she's getting a minifigure. Ironically enough, this is also something that's coming up here that I said that, and she literally appears right there. But we will take a look at these figures in a little bit of clearer images in a little bit, but this is everything that is coming up for December. We have the Cupid Chi-Chi, a Zenkai Solid Volume 2 Goku, and a Maximalic Vegeta, as well as the CLEARRISE Gogeta. Now, I will save my thoughts on each individual of these figures for when we actually get to the higher quality images, because this is just a summary. Wow, Toga actually kind of rocks the Cupid socket look. That's sick. Okay, so remember we were talking about the other, what do you call it? We're talking about the other figure news video, what figures they would end up bringing over for the Treasure Rally 2 overseas. And this is the figures they decided to bring over, which honestly, I am 100% okay with this. I like this a lot, actually. And I'm very happy to get that Kid Goku and Bulma too. Yeah, definitely good selection. I will definitely be picking these up. I'm really liking that they're re-releasing Treasure Rally because that was such an old, rare set. And this was another thing that was quite interesting. So we are getting a Nero version of Grandista Goku Black and a two-dimensional version of Nero Vegeta. Again, I will take a look at them closer when we get the actual higher quality images. So this one was a little bit of a oh boy. This is kind of inexcusable, guys. Like, come on now. Let me find the... do we have a better picture of Vegeta? I swear he tweeted out a better one. Yeah, so here... Again, we'll kind of scroll up. But since we're talking about him... Essentially, if you're curious... So, like, this figure looks pretty good on the surface, right? Like, you look at this and you're like, dang! That's a pretty cool looking Majin Vegeta, if I do say so myself. The hair sculpt looks nice. The facial expression looks nice. The pose is a little bit weird, but I mean, it's not the worst. And then, oh my gosh, what is that? So, ew, what, that's disgusting. What is wrong with you, Bandai? Huh? Like, so, see, this picture has this, but I believe this scene with Majin Vegeta, like Baggy's saying here, right? Like, this person says a non-figure buying person, what's so bad about it? Is supposed to be this onesie that Majin Vegeta has, right? Obviously, his iconic look is having this one-piece blue, leotard, right? And what happened here was not that it's anime accurate like this person was saying, because I just think that that's honestly a coincidence that it looks like that. Or maybe that's what they're going to try and excuse it as. Apparently the same thing also happened with this. Alex, even worse. Y'all already know how I feel about Sofobi figures, these two hooligans that are, 12,000 yen. But what happened here is that they actually reused the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta body, right? Obviously, we have been pretty excited around here for another Blue Evolution Vegeta figure, of course, that being the Maximalic one, where he has the armor on. But what seems to have happened here is that essentially we have another case of Bandai copying pasting, you can see how the armor looks here and how the pants look. It makes sense for Vegeta's armor. And they literally just took that and tried to use it for this. It doesn't look good. Like, I don't know. I think even if you're somebody who's not really into figures, seeing this is like a little, that looks a little ugly, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I suppose they could have been going with that screenshot that someone posted from the anime, but to my knowledge, Majin Vegeta always has the one-piece outfit. So this is kind of inexcusable, Bandai. And the other problem is, too, it's just more showing that they're just blatantly taking their other sculpt and reusing it with the legs. Like, guys, come on. Really? It's the same thing. Like, are you serious? And that's the other thing, too. Like, the Maximanic Goku line at least had a lot of variety, despite it being kind of basic figures. And they're really just going to reuse the legs like that. That's crazy. So this was also something else interesting. And again, we'll get some clearer pictures of them in a second. But this is also another unfortunate fate with Bandai here. So the original Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black was 26 bucks. I think I even got mine for $20. It is one of my favorite figures in my collection, one of the earlier figures in my collection as well. Great representation of Rose. And apparently it is going to be $42 now for the Nero version with a different head and different arms. Yikes. As well, Nero Vegeta original cost 36 bucks. Which I think I got mine for a little bit less than that, if I'm being honest with you. But apparently they're going to be charging $70 for the 2D version. I don't get it, bro. The 2D versions of these figures, like, I guess to be fair, they only did 2D versions for Super Master Stars Peace before. They didn't really do it for Grandista. But now that they've done it for Grandista, I guess they're just like, oh yeah, let's just charge ludicrous amounts of money for it just because it's an alternate paint job. Even though the bigger figures, which are Super Master Stars Peace, to just get this as one of the options, are 60 bucks, and that's just the standard price of that line. Bandai, come on, man. Yeah, I'm really disappointed with this one. I'm not gonna lie, because to me, this is just like blatant money grabbing. That they realize that people who, you know, maybe don't know their stuff as well when it comes to figure buying and collecting and all this type of thing will literally just buy this and be none the wiser, and I don't want to say get scammed, but like get scammed. So gosh dang it, Bandai. This one was also absolutely whack. So if y'all remember, I talked about this figure and actually did an unboxing of this figure because this is one of my favorite figures, because this a particular figure, how many times did I say figure in that sentence, holy cow. I have a shirt of this figure, right, where he's doing the Kamehameha, and obviously this is an iconic piece of Goku art. And the figure on the left is a older figure that was re-released recently. They just made a re-release version of it that I got and opened up, and I like it a lot. And, what are they doing? Again, this, like Baggy says here, right, it was literally already made into a figure that was released last year. His talent, my homie Nakazawa, being wasted. And the other really unfortunate thing about this, too, is that not only is the, like, sculpt on this guy, I love Nakazawa's sculpting, don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted, my boy does it fantastic, and that Goku looks good despite it looking like 2 pixels because, you know, early images, but it's obviously accurate to the original image on the left, and the paint job is more interesting on it. Obviously that's Nakazawa, or not Nakazawa rather, I'm sorry, don't get it twisted again, he's just the sculptor, he don't paint it. But the Goku on the left, right, the actual figure has some very interesting paint job and like line work and all that type of stuff. It looks good and I like it, and it makes it a little bit more dynamic. But now the one on the right is just a base Goku figure. I think we got to the rant part of the video. Yeah, so here is some HD images of the Goku Black. This guy looks... I am, like, kind of torn because, like, I don't think that the figure necessarily looks bad, but I do agree with Baggy that, like, it's very awkward. Like, I think that that is a good way to describe the figure. Like, this one angle, bro, it looks sick. Like, that is really cool, and a perfect expression for Goku Black as well. And then, obviously, just the zoom out, but then, like, oh, why, ooh, That's a little awkward looking, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the way that his hair parts, because it's obviously supposed to be like his hand, you know, kind of, I guess compensates for that, and it's also the angle makes it look like, you know, it's more proper. But then literally as soon as you turn it a little bit, it looks like you could be surfboarding on the waves on Goku Black's hair. And like, it just looks kind of awkward. And then of course coming over to here, you know, the angle that he's of course standing at just looks a little bit weird. And I think that is honestly the perfect way to describe this figure, is awkward. Very awkward. And I 100% agree with Baggy actually here. The Legends collab is definitely better and a completely new sculpt. I'm a huge fan of this figure, by the way. I have this figure very close to me at all times. Really, really like this Goku Black. This is my personal base form Goku Black. Or personal base form Goku Black. I mean, I guess technically, my personal base form Goku Black figure. Always at my side. Personal favorite. Really, really like this guy. I think the sculpt is fantastic. Basically all of the Legends figures are really, really good. And this is almost the same pose. It's the handout thing with the other arm down, and a little bit of a crazed expression. Obviously a little bit different, but still, I think that this figure is definitely better. And it's obviously a lot cheaper if you're looking for a figure that kind of looks like this, right? Or I guess this. This was also something interesting that this guy pointed out, right? They could have definitely done some of these poses. And this one is like so iconic where he's just standing there floating. There's another one too, maybe not exactly like this, but there's one where he's like standing above the city, right? Looking down in base. And they could have done that. Somebody else pointed out here. Let's take a look at this again. So these are like images from the anime. No, I guess his hair is just like that either way. I guess it's just kind of to one side or another. I understand what they're saying, though. The hair does look a little bit weird from literally any other angle except for, like, the proper one. I'm trying to look. Yeah, I mean, in most Goku figures, like, I'm just looking around on my desk here. Yeah, no, Goku's hair is usually the other way. Interesting. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Huh. Yeah, very interesting, though. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Because I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on this one. Because I got no clue how to feel about this one. Very mixed. Let's continue on, though. Yeah, the reasoning has become ridiculous. Yeah, there needs to be some quality control. There needs to be some sort of quality control from the right shareholders to stop stuff like this. Yeah, they honestly do not care. It is very unfortunate. Here is the images of this guy. This is a really good looking figure. Like, I honestly have no problems with this guy. Got nothing to say in terms of like, oh, it looks kind of weird. It looks great. You know, the only problem with him is that the price tag is going to be absolutely ridiculous, but I really, really like the paint job on this guy. Typically, I am one to enjoy the 2D paint jobs, and I think that this figure kind of allows for a lot of great work because it's simple. There's not too much going on in terms of the color scheme, and so you can get some very nice looking stuff here, and it looks great. Like, I would happily replace my regular Nero Vegeta with this guy if he wasn't $70. Moving on up. Oh, Max Tundra. Ooh, yikes, that is a little bit weird. Alright, so we have some more pictures of our GOAT here. Outperforming the Zenkai Solid as surprise to nobody. Yeah, honestly, it looks better than the Yeah, outperforming Super Saiyan Goku. This guy looks fantastic. I don't think it's a surprise to anybody that this figure is doing well. People have really wanted some new Kaioken Goku love for a long time. And so it is good to see that my man is finally getting that with a couple of figures. Funny that the two Kaiokens are releasing in a similar time. But yeah, I like the look of this guy. Like the cut of his jib. Really, really like the shiny gold pants gimmick. I think it looks cool. I will say his face from certain angles looks like perfect. And from other angles it looks a little bit weird. Like this angle looks a little bit off. But then like this angle looks good. And so does this one. I don't know. That's really interesting. I think it also is like since his pupils are so tiny, that also kind of adds to the face because of course your eyes are sort of drawn to the pupils first. Overall though, very excited to cop this guy. Again, love the pants. That is probably my favorite part about that figure for sure. Love the pants. So this is very interesting. The Koopa socket Chi-Chi has different color versions and they're like actually different, and we have this color version. I don't really know what this is supposed to be based off of. If you'd like to let me know in the comments section below, definitely do so. But it's like kind of weird. Because I just don't know what this is supposed to be. Yeah, I don't got no clue, bro. Let me know, though, for sure. Yeah, this was also very unfortunate. That we didn't get any kind of Olympic Goku, considering that the games were obviously held in Japan this year. Could have been that instead of the same illustration figure again. Yeah. Also, this was a very interesting tweet. Gold Shinron looks like that he is getting, and not looks like, he is getting a re-release overseas in December. I feel like it's mostly re-released for China, as Shinron is unsurprisingly rather, super popular over there. I actually have the original one. Really, really like this guy. I am going to have to crack into him at some point because actually I have not opened him up. But a fantastic figure, and I will definitely be copying the gold one because it is so cool. It'd be awesome to do some kind of like statue thing in your front yard with this guy, because that would be awesome. Alright, so then we have some clear images of this guy. Again, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, it doesn't look bad because it's the homie Nakazawa, you know, our GOAT. We love him, but like, it sucks that his talent is being wasted on something like this, that a figure, it has already been made, basically, is being made again. Yeah. Very unfortunate. Yeah, this guy, funny enough, made a good point. Some people prefer smaller figures, but then Solid Senkai is being marketed as a bigger size figure, so it's really confusing. Counters again, shocker, but it's still being branded under DBS too. Interesting. Yeah, like there's the super logo. I know it says C, but interesting. Zenkai Solid one is 14 centimeters, so smaller than the special move one. While this release is even more pointless than I thought, special move one also just re-released overseas too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Very weird choice from Bandai. This kind of reminds me of, it's a little bit different because it was an Ichiban Kuji figure and a Banpresto figure, and this is two Banpresto figures, and granted, this is a year apart. But I remember we had, like, the special move, Banpresto, Big Bang Kamehameha Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta release at the same time that, like, he was in one of the Dokkan Kujis, I think the 5th year one, the Big Bang Kamehameha Gogeta. Like, I don't know. I just way prefer the shading and coloring on this guy than I do on this one. Like, it's just so basic. Let me know in the comments, though, what you think for sure. Yeah, happy Kuji release day. Yay! Good luck to Japanese folks who are drawing. I'm actually going to draw my first ever Kuji when online. Kuji begins. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I definitely might, I might have to do one of these myself. Oh, interesting. He actually set a website where you can do it. I usually use this website called Otaku House. I've used them in the past, and they seem to be pretty good. Alright, so yes, we will give some clear pictures of this guy in a second. For clear pics, but I actually think this works to the point where I think it might be the best looking CLEARRISE. We're just saying something since, yeah, we do know how much Baggy hates the boy Gogeta for sure. Alright, so we already took a look at the boy Vegeta. Again, figure looks good overall, but like, man, that just looks so ugly. And like, even if it is intentional, like, Vegeta just ain't known for that look in this form, man. I don't know. Just looks weird. August Adverge Motion 5 HQ packaging releases in Japan on the 21st. Also, IRL pick of the premium Adverge, also just releasing in August. Photo credit unknown. Interesting. It looks good. I wish this guy wasn't so expensive because I would love Yajirobe in this size, and the Gohan looks very cute too. But hopefully I can find for you some price at some point. High quality fix of the now unfortunately sold out Fig Pin exclusive Super Saiyan Fighters Goku. Huh. Interesting. I'm surprised that this sold out considering it's just regular Super Saiyan Goku. Hasn't the blue one been out for like a long time? It's so weird. Alright, so yeah, this was also something else interesting that Baggy did point out here. The eyes are actually a little bit different on the 2D version, which is quite interesting. Obviously, the figure is meant to kind of be displayed at an angle, which is how I have my regular Nero Vegeta displayed. But they obviously made the eyes a little bit more deeper, which Baggy does say here, right? This is, you know, it's like you're meant to display him at an angle, so it's like he's looking at you. Even with the original, he kind of looks like that, but you can at least still get a decent angle from looking at him straight on. But that is the only unfortunate thing about this guy, is that obviously when you're looking at him like this, the regular Nero one, of course, is going to look a little bit better because it's not as cockeyed, you know, to the side. Whereas the, of course, Nero one is definitely looking like that and is, of course, meant to be displayed from an angle. But he does look really good. Like, I definitely cannot say anything bad about this guy, excuse me. He just looks fantastic. I just really, really wish that he wasn't so expensive, because I would definitely cop this guy in a heartbeat, because I do like the original Nero Vegeta, and I do like the original Grandista Vegeta as well. Okay. Dragon Ball Heroes cards. These look cool. I believe we've actually seen a couple of these before. Let's go back. Hold on a second. Ooh, that Golden Freeze is cool. Oh, I like the face on it a lot, actually. That Vegito is sick. I love that kicking down Vegito. That's really cool. Oh, yeah. On that blue Goku, it actually looks heat. Not even going to lie. First Kimitsu WCF set disappointed. Having Inosuke in there twice feels wasteful. Oh, interesting. Him and with and without the mask. BSS, ROS, Gohan, and OGDB matchmakers. I don't know Asian Game Solutions pick credit. This one is a little bit unfortunate, I will say. I'm excited for the Gohan, but the matchmakers, Goku and Piccolo, I'm going to have to see if I can get them for a good price, because I definitely missed out on them. The original figures were only 15 bucks a piece, and now they're literally 26, which is literally 11 more. It's ridiculous how much they've been hiking up the price of these bad boys. Because I remember, like, literally you can go on some websites and find the original listing and then the new listing for more money when it's the same figure. Very unfortunate. All right. What was this talking about here? Prize C, Triple Cow King Goku D. Oh, so proud of the prototype. Oh, interesting. This is one of the people who sculpted it. Is this the Araki, or I'm not actually sure how you say his name. Interesting. Well, this is one of the people who worked on sculpting it, so we're gonna drop the follow on our boy. All right. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, so that's how they did the Scouter. It's a replaceable ear. Interesting. I really don't think that you can tell from the... Like, I don't really... Especially with the Scouter on, obviously, because the Scouter kind of covers it. But I don't even think you can really tell that there is a disconnect there. Like, it looks pretty flush to me. That's cool. I like that a lot. This definitely looks very young Vegeta, which I love a lot. Yeah, that's cool. Definitely like that a lot, actually. Alright. So we have Yahabe Genki next week, Solid, Zenkai Solid, and BOS Goku Finals under better light. Oh, okay. Yeah, unfortunately the light was kind of stinky. Like, yeah, bro, that face looks fantastic. Again, it's just Nakazawa being goated as always. I know I've said that so many times in this video, I apologize, but it's true. Yeah, Goku looking good as well. Oh, I see. This is just showing everything that was on display. I don't want to... Oh, well, never mind. They're right here. I was going to say, I don't want to get into some weird territory with the figures. Oh, that was literally it. Okay. Baggy posted all the, the pictures. Tom and Jerry. Oh, yeah, that's crazy, bro. So this one was kind of whack. I'm not going to lie. Tokyo, August, BSP store numbers. DB, Videl 44, Super Saiyan Goku 33, Trunks 27, BOS 26, KDS, which is obviously Demon Slayer, Nezuko, and then the Pocket ones. So as you can see, the numbers are kind of definitely in favor of Demon Slayer here. Videl for the most for DB. Honestly, but man, it's nowhere the powerhouse that is Kimetsu, yeah, for sure. Wow, Tom and Jerry got 50 something. I'm so that can't even compare to these two. Yeah, crazy. Definitely over commercialism of the same characters for sure. So they're kind of cute though, I'm not gonna lie. Not the dog on DB, of course. Wow, I also saw this tweet live. This was pretty ridiculous. The Supermaster Stars piece, Bardock, market value in Japan for regular versions would be under 5,000 yen. It is a cost for the ticket. Bardock is, yeah. It is kind of crazy. Look at these. These are all sold listings of this figure. This is obviously the, looks to be the black and white version here. And that is crazy low prices. That's something else interesting to know here too. Ami has sold out of pre-orders for the 2D Grandista UI, yet all 4 versions of Bardock are still in stock. That's wild. Yeah. That's crazy. Kinda can't believe that. Alright, so Zenkai Solid by basic forms of Son Goku, they mean probably no Kaioken or Omen, so that should mean 8 volumes, and hopefully we can move on to other characters. Calendar update tomorrow should disclose January to March 2022. So hopefully these release in quick succession. Yeah, that would be cool. I will say though, man, if we do get a new Super Saiyan 3 figure sculpted by Nakazawa, I kind of wouldn't be too mad about that. I'm going to be 100% with you. Only Ritsuden had ended unclear if CLEARRISE will end to Gogeta, but it still got Solid Edgeworks, Burning Fire, Zenkai Solid History Box, FES, Potential BOS, Match Figures, Grandista Nero, Collabs, WCF. We don't need any more new prize figure lines. Yes, for sure. Hopefully December vs. Omnibus Kuji gets revealed too. Yeah. I'm really hoping... Oh, we also get a good Super Saiyan 2 figure. That's another one. Like, it's so hard to commercialize Super Saiyan 2 because, like, when it comes to figures and stuff, like, yes, the hair looks different, but I feel like the hair doesn't look different enough for, like, Bandai to be like, oh, let's go out of our way to make a Super Saiyan 2 figure, you know, because it, like, just kind of looks similar to Super Saiyan 1, even though it's definitely different. But, like, to maybe a more basic viewer, it would not really seem that way. But hopefully, if we had the boy Nakazawa on some of these pieces of art, or on these figures, rather, we should get some good stuff, even though obviously we've had so many Goku figures by now. It'll be interesting, too, since they seem to be going off of pieces of iconic Dragon Ball art, what they decide to choose for the rest of these figures. Hopefully that means, too, that we'll get to see Super Saiyan 2 next, so... Nakazawa, my goat, bro. Bring it home, baby. If we're gonna get another Goku line, at least it's by you. So, oh yeah, so we sold all his Goku Black figures. This is a good one. Definitely want to pick that up myself someday. Forgot price fair for August and November is canceled, so we're not getting big calendar updates, unfortunately. Anyway, just more Super Saiyan 4 in January, which isn't going to sell well, so I don't really care. Yeah, so this was something else interesting. Apparently, these are the only 2 figures announced for January so far. They are the Tag Fighters line. And they are actually going to be Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. So it'll be very interesting to see what these guys end up being. I don't really think we need any more Super Saiyan 4 figures. We have plenty figures of the form that are good representations of it. It'll be interesting, though, to see what they decide to do for poses for these. I think the literal only way that I will buy these figures, unless they are, like, cracked, is if they are the fusion pose. I think that's literally the only way that I will be able to justify buying these. Typically, the Tag Fighters line also does have, you know, like figures that obviously pose together and sometimes connect on the same stand. So there's a chance. We'll have to see. I'm hoping that they fuse, though. That would be awesome if that is the case. September wafers aren't just going to be boring stuff. Oh, that's cool. I really like that, actually. Nice. All right. Oh, yeah, so we got the My Hero lineup for the December Kuji and not Dragon Ball. Japanese release date is late December, so don't expect Ichiban show listings this month. Probably be late listings next month if there is going to be an Ichiban show. Oh, it's an Ultra Impact collab? I didn't even know that. That's cool. Definitely going to be looking forward to seeing pictures of that, actually. Alright, special move version of this illustration is literally perfect. Absolutely no reason for anyone to get the December one. Absolutely none, yeah. This is that figure that got re-released. This is the boy right here. Like, I don't understand why they decided to remake this figure. Like, again, it looks fantastic. I love the way that they did the lines, too. Like, they made it so that it looks like, you know, the Kamehameha is flowing towards him. Like, they put lines on his hands to kind of represent the Kamehameha flowing. Yeah, I don't know. Very weird decision to remake that figure again. Alright, December prize figure pre-orders open tomorrow. Be wise. You don't need to own the same figures and characters over and over. There's always a new movie coming out. Yeah, that's true. Keep in mind, we always do have the movie on the horizon here. That we're going to get plenty of figures for that too. For those curious, I'm only interested in the Treasure Rally. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that too. And maybe picking up the boy Shinron. Yeah, very unfortunate, bro, that this guy is such a big price hike. I wish he was less, bro, because it is a really nice figure. And finally, we get to see some clear images of the CLEARRISE Gogeta as well. Here are the high-quality pictures of this man. I gotta say, by far, this is easily the best-looking CLEARRISE figure that we have seen so far. Like, no contest. Without question, he is definitely the best looking one, and I think that the gimmick certainly works the best for his outfit. Not just the pants, but the yellow part of his jacket, and of course the hair and a little bit of the socks? His wrappings on his legs? I'm not exactly sure what to call those. Literally, the only figure that I think is maybe like I would actually recommend getting this from the CLEARRISE line. This was another thing that I know was pointed out already, that it does kind of look like that this guy is a reuse of the Grandista one. Surely the arms are definitely reused, as well as the jacket. Obviously the face is of course looking the other way, but that's not really the same thing. The hair definitely doesn't look the same, but it's probably reused from something else. And of course the obi belt is a little bit different. One thing that I am actually noticing already is that there is a little bit of gapping right there in the belt, so hopefully they do fix that on the front of images. This guy was saying that thinks that they fixed the angle on the actual face of the figure. Yeah, man, I'm really hoping that this figure does stay looking this good, though, even though it does just look like another version of that Gogeta. I'm hoping that it at least stays looking good. Here's another figure roundup of the Demon Slayer stuff. Obviously, very cool Todoroki for the Super Master Stars piece, which is also the final Banpresto World Figure Coliseum. Cannot believe it took this long for them to finish this. Absolutely ludicrous. Wafer Capsule 06 IRL credit. Yeah, I'm definitely going for Super Vegeta if I'm going to end up trying to get these at some point. Super Vegeta looks fantastic. I really like the gold color that they picked. Chi-Chi looks good. I would probably like to see a better picture of that little minifigure, but I think it looks good. Oh, yeah, this was rough. This was definitely rough, man. Like, this was pretty whack. It's crazy that they literally just took the same pose and were like, yep, that's what we're gonna do, and we're just gonna make a bunch of figures of it. Because it's like, even though they all have slight differences, a lot of these are probably just digital reused assets recompiled to make the same figure. The Super Master Stars piece one, though, is by far the most atrocity of a figure in terms of all these, his price and what the quality of Super Master Stars piece is supposed to be compared to what we actually got. Actually a crime, bro. Hopefully this figure does end up looking pretty good, though. We'll have to see if I end up copying it or not. This is the multiple images of this guy. Like, see, that looks pretty cool. But again, like, all the good pictures are literally this one angle. Like, this even looks weird. Like, it's not the worst, but it just looks awkward, like Baggy said. I think is probably the best way to describe it. I'll be interested to see that in person. 2 more production images for the boy. Again, looks good. This was also very exciting to see. We did not actually think that this was going to happen, but apparently the Master Stars Piece Trunks 2D release is confirmed for the US. I kind of can't believe it because this was originally not going to be re-releasing in the US. This was going to be like a Chinese only release or something like that. And the homies really said, bro, we just going to go out here and release it for the US. Actually wildin'. So very excited to get this guy. I guess I've started collecting Super Master Stars Piece for Dragon Ball. It wasn't really a line that I was planning on collecting, but I have the Super Saiyan Goku, and so I guess I'm just gonna get the Trunks too, because I don't have a base form Trunks figure. I'd probably just get the Legends one if I didn't get this one. Very excited about that though, actually. And then of course we have the minifigures, the Treasure Rally boys. These all look great. I actually don't have a Kami figure. I just realized that, so that'll be nice to get that. Regular Shinron is also being released in December, which means he has been re-released twice this year. Shakti is not saying who would have thunk the DB can have popular characters not Saiyans. That's crazy, bro. You love to see it. He is definitely, though, like a very iconic Dragon Ball character, so it makes sense that they would. I'm excited that I was able to get this guy myself. Again, I really need to do a review on this guy. I have so many figures in the backlog that I just need to make videos on and just kind of pump them out. Hopefully I'll get around to them at some point. Alright, so Maximadic and CLEARRISE Gogeta will release mid-December in Japan. Zenkai Solid will release late December in Japan. Interesting. Oh, man, I am really hoping that that guy ends up looking as good as he does. It's going to be interesting to see how the Maximadic Vegeta ends up looking as well. This was the picture that I wanted to show you. So this was pretty cool. The boy Omacha Hedgehog obviously had some pretty banger pictures this time around for the Vegeta, Napa, Goku, all the figures from this Kuji. Obviously, this is our favorite Japanese figure reviewer, and by golly, he it seems that he would seem to agree that this guy looks fantastic. Very cool that because of his work, we get to see this figure in quite literally every angle, and not just this figure, but obviously almost everything that comes out of Japan. Look at how accurate that looks. Look at that, bro. That's so good. Like, the face is literally the same. That's crazy. With how wide he is, too, I think he did a good job of capturing that with this extra chunky meat there. It could maybe even be a little bit bigger, to be honest. Like, he could even maybe be bulkier, excuse me, compared to what he actually ended up being here. Regardless, though, absolutely fantastic. I really, really like this figure a lot. Oh, man, the expression is so good. Oh, look at the comparison. Oh, man. Oh, and a straight-on look looks great, too. Nice. This is obviously a little bit of a different expression, but this expression definitely looks like it could change into that one in an instant for sure. Wow, that's also spot on. And I don't even know if they were going for that one and the other one at the same time, but that looks really good too. Wow, like, because I think they were going more based on the other one, but that looks super close too at the same time. Wow, that's so neat. Man, like, this is the type of thing that I always say. It's always so... Wait, that's accurate? That's not an... Wow. Wow. Call me impressed. See, this is why I love Omacha Hedgehog, bro, because this man compares it to the manga and, you know, really shows you the nitty-gritty of the detail. This is the type of thing I'm telling you, bro. This is why I always say it's so disappointing when Bandai makes stinky figures, because stuff like this just proves that Bandai makes good stuff. Like, Bandai, when they really try, they make fire figures, bro. This is a perfect example of this. These figures are fantastic. Like, This is the reason why I'm a Dragon Ball collector, bro. Because of stuff like this. Because of stuff like this. Look how good that looks. I definitely think Goku's face is a little bit closer to the original, but that still looks so good. Obviously, there you go. You can see the scouter and the earpiece there. Both still look really, really cool. Man, I love the way that they did Vegeta. I love the way that they did his expression. It looks so much like him. That's cool. Yeah, those eyes are definitely perfectly shaped. Look at that. This expression looks so close, too. That might be the one that they were going for, actually. That one probably looks the closest to me as to what they were going for. Obviously, talking about facial structure here, my boy breaks it down every single time. Oh, man. And, like, look at the detail on the armor, the little scratches, the way that it matches up. Obviously, comparing it to other figures as well. Of course, showing the boys. Yeah, also just comparing it to some other art of the armor, too. And look at how accurate that is. Literally, the bunches in the pants are anime accurate. Oh, my gosh. So cool, bro. And there they are together. Obviously, the Saiyans invading Earth look so good together. I cannot wait to get my hands on these. Holy wow. This was the other comparison that I wanted to show you that is pretty crazy, if I do say so myself. As you can see here, this is the original Napa figure that the boy Takamatsu sculpted, and this is the new Napa. You can see how huge the new Napa figure is compared to this guy. Absolutely insane. Obviously, that is an older figure, so I don't know if everybody watching this video will necessarily have that other Napa figure lying around, but man, that is so cool to see them next to each other. Look at that, bro. Look at how perfect that looks. Again, this is the... Oh, man. Am I really about to repeat myself? Bandai makes good stuff. This is why it's always so unfortunate to see them make these stinky figures. Like, and just make these lines of repetition. Because not only are they making fantastic figures when it comes to stuff like this. Oh, I like the way that they added in the gums on the paint job, too. It's also like... other characters and underrepresented forms are so cool to be able to see. And of course, when they're done well, like this figure right here, you know, they obviously know what they're doing. So it's so unfortunate when they do something stinky. Again, comparing it to the armor. I know I'm going a little bit fast here. I apologize about that. But obviously, you know, we've been going for a little while and we still have a little bit to get through. So. Oh, man. Oh, that's so funny. Wait, could he actually attach? I wonder how he did that. He must have cropped that out. Interesting. Piccolo versus Napa. That's good. Yeah, and there's the picture with the original one. Oh, man. Yeah, compared to this guy, I would say that this figure definitely looks better than this one. Even though I do think that this looks good. Obviously, the veins on this guy are absolutely insane. This neck skin. Ew, that sounds so weird to say. Yeah, looks great though. I wish I could navigate this website a little bit better. Oh, there's the Cybermen. I kind of want to get to Gohan, if we can. Glad that the website is loading quickly as well. Can we get to Gohan? I think no, unfortunately. I don't know how to navigate the site. I wish I did a little bit better. But here's the Cybermen. Looks good. Again, I just wish he wasn't so overpriced. But it's a good looking figure. Like, I definitely can't knock it. It looks like the Cybermen, and it's cool that we have a Cyberman figure because obviously, you know, we really haven't had one yet, but this guy definitely still should have been 20 bucks. Yeah, so I guess the head must be articulated. This is the thing I was kind of looking for when diving into this post. Our Cyberman friend, let me scroll back up to the top. Literally looking straight on, right? And then if we look here, where did that go? Here. The head is tilted to the side a little bit. Yeah, and it's tilted the other way there. So it definitely has some articulation, which is cool. The arms are also articulated. Because there they're lifted up, and there they're down. And he has them different ways. Interesting. I'm wondering if that's their excuse. Hello, Cybermen. I'm wondering if that's their excuse why, the figures so much because it's articulated. I mean, that literally looks like him to a T. That's funny. Yeah, that's perfect. Ah, okay, so it's just a peg that you can move. I see. Wow, they even got that weird, like, gap that is in the original image, like, as a part of the figure. That's so funny. They have them facing off against the boys. That's a great picture right there. I really like that one a lot. Yeah, that's cool. Bro, it's crazy when, like, even a Cyberman figure looks fantastic. Let's go to his actual website and see if, while we're looking through, it should be, like, right here, right? Oh, no, I guess he doesn't have one for Gohan because it would be right there. Oh, unfortunate. All right, well, either way, let's keep on keeping on here. Very, very glad to see those figures in person. Oh, yeah, this was something else that I wanted to show. I know not Dragon Ball related, but apparently we're going to have a Pam Presto Charizard figure with Charmander, which is going to be cool. I'm definitely going to pre-order this on wherever I can because that's really cool. Alright, so here is the packaging for the BOS Goku. Really, really like this. It looks so sick. They always do a good job with Kaioken packaging, I feel like, because it's just such a, you know, like, varied form that they can do a little bit more different with it. Curious what the packaging will be for Zenkai will be. Will it be including new, the art? Also wonder how the blank text will be stylized. Hopefully looking for something cool looking. Interesting. Wonder why they just gave it a blank background. Or black background, rather. Yep, and the official site confirms that it's going to be all Goku. Very unfortunate. I didn't know they talked about figures on the English official site like this. Interesting. I guess that makes sense considering that, you know, obviously figures come overseas now. Your local game center, yeah, and purchase, yeah, because this is technically meant for Japan, but it's just like the English version of the site. Interesting. This figure picture of him looks really HD though. Hold on, can we open that in a new tab? Oh, it's because it's small. That looks really good though. Alright, so oh yeah, this was also something interesting. December BSS confirmed original Retsuden. Just when it finished the line is re-releasing. Why can't we escape this BS line? Save production codes. So wow, these two. I mean, I like this Vegeta because I think he's absolutely ridiculous, and I have him literally hanging off my shelf. But why? They're readily available. We don't need this. BSS are primarily for game stations in Asia outside Japan, but ever since Shintani KV, they decided to release them in the West too as regular figures you can order. Some BSS reprints have been good though. Didn't release in the West. This was the first BSS. Yeah, I'm hoping to get this guy too at some point. I missed out on pre-ordering him, and I don't know why I didn't initially. All right. Oh. Interesting. Calendar listings have begun. Should get samples and of August like last year. Now the bad promo show has been doing them since 2006. Yeah, let's hope that Fenyo definitely hops on it, bro. Alright, so these are overseas box ratios. Interesting. So it looks like just 2 of each, which is good. Huh, interesting. Oh, yeah, bro, I really hope that we get some more Dragon Ball villains here, too. Because look at this, bro. Bro, My Hero got a full villains Guji, and it looks really cool. And they got villains prize figures, too, which I will say the fire on my boy Dabby there is a little sus, but that's all right. May Ichiban show should start shipping this month for the U.S. Europe still hasn't even shipped February. Dokkan stuff, don't know what's going on there. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I am very excited, though, to get this guy, for sure. All right. Also confirmed BSS for December is Sepia Shinron. Yeah, this definitely looks like it's carved out of wood. That is so cool, bro. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. The regular version will not re-release again in the West, which makes sense because I did say it was super popular in Asia, and that's why it's being re-released again. Interesting. So to summarize, Asia getting the regular version release as normal, but Sepia via BSS via game stations. West isn't getting the regular version, but Sepia version to order normally. Interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely going to pick this up. I'm glad that the West is getting that one. Wow. That is really cool. Yeah, this is definitely one of the best alternate color figures that I've ever seen. Like, this is how you do an alternate color figure. Alright, so DB, BSP, and overseas release exclusive HQ production images. Man, I'm so mixed, bro. I'm so mixed about this batch. Very interesting. Oh, this was deleted. Okay. Trunks to the same production code. Oh, I believe this is talking about the Master Stars piece one. Will retain window box packaging. Yeah, that's cool. Vegeta box is 37 centimeters tall, so is also expected to have a window box packaging. Interesting. Alright, so Shinron and Original Black were part of the overseas release for January block of this year, and in fact, you can pick up Super Saiyan Rose for $23 on Amazon US. That is correct. And that's a fantastic figure. I would highly recommend picking it up. December prize picture, final round of information, repost for correction. Regular Shinron is also releasing in the West as well. Oh, interesting. So these are all the new prize figures. These are the overseas exclusives and re-releases. And then this is the BSS and Game Station for Asia, regular for the West. Thank you for making this not confusing, Baggy. I appreciate it. And I'm not being sarcastic. I mean, this is way more clear than the last tweet. Thank you. Oh, that is so cool. Look at the boy. I cannot wait to open this thing, man. Yeah, I love the way that they've been doing some of these like final images lately, where they've been taking them like in actual places, and I think theming it to, you know, what the obviously like I guess like Chinese decor, because obviously Shinron's super popular in Japan, is very, very cool. All right, so here is the promotional posters. Interesting. I'm not sure they put enough emphasis on the super for Zenkai. Huh. Yeah, I gotta say, that fantastic box. Wow, that is really sick. Obviously, this is a watermark on top of it, so don't worry about that. But that is kind of boring. This is one of the most boring like boxes I've ever seen. Why did they not make it? Like, that's what I don't understand. It seems like whenever they make a basic Goku figure, like, they don't even try. It's like, bro, if you're gonna do me dirty and give me something so basic like this, make the packaging interesting so it's more appealing to buy. So weird to me. Anyway, here's some more IRL pictures of the boy. Again, this figure looks good, but I just can't recommend it because it's another Super Saiyan Goku. It's funny. I feel like the front on face doesn't look as good as like all these side angles that look really close to Goku. Also, very cool seeing Nakazawa's work in full effect here. He always loves to do these little line scratches on the skin and on the body. That's kind of a trademark of his that I've noticed. Like, this looks so good. It looks just like Goku from this angle. Like, that's awesome. Also interesting that he has such a small stand. But I like that a lot because obviously it saves space on the shelf. And here's some more pictures of the boy. See, now this looks so much better than those ones we saw earlier in the video. That angle is a little bit goofy, but yeah, looks so good, man. Looks so cool, especially in front of that box. This would be a poster that I would actually love to get if I could get my hands on this. That would be one of my favorite posters to be able to get that of. All right. Creator X Creator Shinron releases twice overseas this year. Yet the geniuses decide not to release the LO Shinron this year. Yeah, it's very crazy, bro. I cannot believe that they did not re-release this guy, because his sculpt is also absolutely insane. And especially considering, again, they released the Creator X Creator Shinron twice. Alright, more pictures of our boy. Look at that, bro. Like, oh man, it's just such a shame that a fantastic sculpt work is just on another Super Saiyan Goku. Okay, so here is that other color one. Wow, that is cool. Yeah, it definitely looks more like wood than anything. I like that a lot, though. That's cool. Oh, and I also commented, this was just funny how it lined up. That's cool, though. Confirmed for Europe. Nice. Good stuff. Interesting survey. When asked which anime manga series people remember to forget about the summer heat, DB came first when it was asked about the Showa era, and of course, Demon Slayer comes first when asked about the Heisei era / current era. Yeah, it makes sense. Obviously, this is just a Japanese poll. Okay. As expected, Napa is going for as much as main prize version on the Japanese market, around 6K. Wow, really? Interesting. Yeah, I really do. I really do hope that they, maybe make this guy as a figure at some point. I don't know how they would, but this definitely would have been, even though he would have been mega rare, it definitely would have been a better idea to just have Nappa's like hair as a accessory and this like shouting head as an accessory, and then just make Arlie a Vegeta. But it's all right. It'd be like that. Interesting. Nakazawa's interview about the Solid Zenkai 1 Volume 1. Unfortunately, it is related to Goku, and only Nakazawa talks about his love of casual clothes and base Goku, which questions why they didn't, get the Olympic Goku for that one. Really? So they interviewed him for this one. Oh, this is only on the Japanese site, though. Interesting. So obviously talking about his previous work, talking about the line. Again, I won't go through all this because obviously the video is already pretty long. And if you would like to... wow, that guy's pretty big actually in his hand, though. If you'd like to read all this, of course, I'll leave a link in the description below to take a look at it. Good stuff, though. Again, very happy to see them interviewing the sculptor. You always love to see it. Literally, bro, like, do more of this, please. I'm begging you. Literally on my hands and knees. Alrighty. Confirmed December Zenkai Solid will join CLEARRISE Vegeta and will be made in Vietnam. Ooh. Yikes. Interesting. All of the exclusives being made in China, so perhaps they had to shift to Vietnam. Interesting, yeah, so all these are being made in our normal location, and unfortunately a lot of these CLEARRISE figures have kind of gotten the stinky treatment because they've been made in Vietnam. And then obviously because this guy may be joining them now, Nakazawa's work is going to be even more tarnished. Very unfortunate. Zenkai Volume 1 and BOS SPX now starting to release for Asia. 2D Grandistia Goku and Master Piece Gohan regular version should start releasing next week. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm still surprised that they released the regular version of this guy when we have the one with the fruit punch on it. Apparently these will have thin BSS packaging. Interesting. My Hero Kuji. And I believe, yes, so this was interesting that Baggy tweeted about this. I forgot to tweet these, but I literally took pictures of all three of these figures in my own Target that look a lot better than these pictures do. Maybe I'll have to whip them out and send them to Baggy. But Dragon Ball Evolved 2 packaging with their arts. I've seen all these in person. Funny enough, the Trunks one, a shame that the figure is cut off. But, oh, wait, better quality. Oh, thank you. Funny enough, the Trunks figure actually looks really, really good in person. I know it's kind of hard to tell because unfortunately clamshell boxes kind of screw you over when it comes to pictures. Oh, hello, Trunks. But he looks pretty good in person, I do got to say. I think he's one of my favorite Dragon Ball Evolved figures. Like, I almost contemplated getting him just because, he's one of the best in my opinion. And the Dragon Ball Evolved line is only like 10 bucks a pop. So I was like, maybe I will at some point. But the art on the Dragon Ball Evolved figures always heat, bro. Always looks really, really good. I like these renders a lot. Okay. So yes, and then this is interesting too, that the triple pack for the previous wave got a better front shot of Goku and Jiren art. Jiren looks so spooky back there, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, hopefully we get a like full scan of that at some point too. BSS, Kid Goku out now in Asia. We're all but caught up now. Nice. Look at how small that box is too. I've seen that that figure in person. It looks pretty good. Alright, so review from the boy on this figure. Super tempted for this, but I have a self-imposed Super Wide can't get Gohan figures left to shift ones I have, so you decide what to get rid of. Yeah, again, literally, I don't think I need to repeat myself at this point that obviously a very good looking figure. Both of these sculpted by Nakazawa, so it makes sense that they look kind of similar in their sculpt. But yeah, I love the way too that like the back of the shirt is tucked in. I think that's super neat. Definitely do not see too much like that with Goku figures. I think it's cool. Very nice. And like that is a almost one-to-one representation of that drawing too. It would have been interesting if they would have done some of the lighting that they did on the actual piece of art, but that's okay. God, it doesn't surprise me knowing Bandai either. It's so weird. Again, like still these other angles just, oh, interesting. Yeah, this is the big one that I was talking about actually. This is the giant version of this figure, and I guess this is an older minifigure of him. Very interesting. Ew, look how dirty the hair is. Oh, that's disgusting. What is that quality control? That's from the production line, obviously. Yeah, that looks super close. Interesting. I believe he's talking about eye shape there. Could be completely wrong, though. What is the quality control on the hair? So weird. That's not Nakazawa's fault, obviously. Ooh, that is also a little bit odd, too. Oh, it's supposed to emulate the fold in the pants. Talking about the fabric. I love these little diagrams that he draws, too. Interesting. Yeah, it does look a little bit weird. I'm not gonna lie. Look at all the lines. Yeah, again, Nakazawa is really known for, like, these little slashes in his figures, which I quite like. I think it's unique. Fingers look really good. That's not something you can say every day for a Dragon Ball figure, because it's weird to think about, like, that they have to sculpt all that individual stuff. Like, this angle is literally so heat. Interesting. Alright, well, I don't think we need to see another picture of that, man. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Oh, yeah, this I'm also very excited for. Again, I know not Dragon Ball, but apparently this is gonna be in December in Japan, so hopefully that gets an overseas release. Alright, yeah, bro. Can't sleep. Not a coincidence. I saw this creepy looking image beforehand. Genuinely creepier than dolls. Yeah. I don't know how they let this slide, bro. I literally don't know how they were like, yep, that's okay. Crazy. Alright, so yeah, we already saw those images. More great text styling. Unfortunately, it's on the side of the BOS X SPX box. Yeah, I like that text styling on, actually. Really hoping the Burning Fighters is based off this illustration. That way we can have another opportunity at a good Saiyan Trunks in full armor and a Cape Gohan without the damage. Hopefully a simple hair Super Saiyan Vegeta figure too. Yeah. Hopefully we do, because that would be cool if we could get one sculpted like this. And obviously armor Trunks is always needed. Because obviously, well... yeah. Moving on. Yeah, this is what the original Super Master Stars piece of this Goku looks like. It's interesting that they are re-releasing the other color and not the original one, which is this one. Anyhow, yeah, unfortunately it does also seem, I never even noticed this, which is crazy because, like, I looked at both these figures so many times. Everything all reusing is because of everything that's been going on. Here's another example of having it before everything. Yeah, crazy though, because that's literally the same body, just with different arms. Like, actually wild. I do think that, obviously Goku's arms are a little bit thinner, because of course, you know, the form is a little bit thinner, but still, it's basically the same body. Alright, and that finally, here's a brand new tweet, bro. Just to demonstrate how far Goku's commercial has fallen, the puffy, fluffy puffy Tom and Jerry got way more orders than Goku this month. Wow. 2019 was the last time Goku got any significant orders. That's crazy. I mean, bro, they do be looking cute, though. I can't even blame you. Anyhow, that is going to bring us to the end of this week's, 2 weeks, I guess, of course, because we usually summarize it over 2 weeks. Usually we always do. Theo, you need to go to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching Figure News for these past 2 weeks. Very much so appreciate it. Let me know what you guys are excited for in the upcoming figure entourage. I am going to be curious to see how these figures end up, how the finals end up with these guys, especially how this guy ends up, because again, since he's being made in Vietnam. Let me know what you think of everything that we took a look at this week. I will be probably picking up the re-release of the Master Stars piece Trunks because, well, I mean, I kind of wanted it originally, and since he is getting a US release, your boy gonna cop for sure. Anyhow, have you all selves a very good night. Very good day in your case, probably. And I should be back on schedule to be doing this every single Sunday for, you know, in 2 weeks when I will do this video again. It was just because there's a bunch of stuff going on this week that it didn't happen until now. Anyway, have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. Dokkan Assets out. Peace.